my name is Katie, or Kbdoesart, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to model a key. This is kind of a fun, kind of like ornamented key, so obviously if you want like a more simple key, you could kind of use these principles, but you'll have to kind of change it to be whatever key that you want. But first thing, I'm going to add in my reference so you guys can kind of see what I'm going for. I'm just going to click space and just click space again to go in my front view. And then we'll do view, image plane, import image. And I'm just going to find my reference that I have of a key. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm just going to scale this up a little bit. Doesn't need to be a ton. And then I'm just going to move it about to here. Okay, so here we have our key. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create the base of this from a cylinder. So you can grab a cylinder. I'm going to make it like 12 subdivisions. We'll make the height like 10. The radius can be like 0.6, doesn't need to be that big. And then I'm just going to rotate it 90 degrees on the X and Y axis. And actually, I'm going to make the radius even smaller because I want it to be just that like top kind of like notch. Yeah, this part. And then I'm going to duplicate that and just move it on down to be this part. And this will actually need to be a little bit smaller. So you can just hold control and scale on that axis right here, which is our x-axis. And then in order to connect them, I'm going to use a cube that we're going to make into a rectangle. So you can just grab this cube, bring it on up, and we're going to scale it to be the length of it. There we go, almost there. There we go, like that. And then make it way thinner, probably like that. And not as tall, just so it like clips through kind of like that. Okay. That looks good. Next, what we can go ahead and do, we can create this kind of like offshoot by grabbing our multi-cut tool. You can do that by doing shift, right click, and then multi-cut. And we're gonna take this guy and this guy. Now these, if you go into face mode, I do want to take both of those faces on both sides. So take both those, all four, and do Control E extrude, and then just up the thickness. And then we're just going to take these two and extrude one more time and up the thickness all the way down like that. And then we're going to add one more multi-cut right here, and we'll extrude these two faces out. Control E and up the thickness. And then, of course, we can take like these vertices, move them in. Same with these guys. That way they're not so like flared. You can take this row and move it on up to make it flat. Also, if you don't want to see your reference, you can click on your image plane and do looking through camera, and then you'll only see it when you're in your front view. All right, there we go. So that's the beginning of the key. I'm going to make these faces just a little bit thinner. More like that. There we go. All right, now we can go ahead and do the end here. The end, I'm thinking we could take these vertices and let's see. Let's clip them right here. We'll do the same on this side, so just clip them right about here. And then let's grab another cylinder. This one will be a little bit bigger. We can do 12 again. And then you can rotate it 90 degrees on the X and the Y, like that. And then actually, it was a little too big, so I'm just going to arrange it and scale it to be not as big. Looks like that's more accurate. And then actually, I need to move this guy up just a tad. Right there should be good. All right, and then this guy, I'm just gonna make a multi-cut in the middle of it. And then you can go ahead and click Q and select this edge. And then Control B to bevel it. Give it a small fraction like that with 2 segments. And then we're gonna take these faces in the middle. You can just hold tab, select one, then double click the next. And then you can extrude that, Control E, and then down the thickness to like that. All right. So now this last little part, I think I'm gonna make this just all using a cube. So like if I was to start over here, that's where the cube would begin. And then I want to add a multi-cut in the middle and then a multi-cut on each side like that. Now, what these vertices are going to be is that vertex will be the beginning of this side, that one will begin this side, this one will be the middle, this one will be this side, and this one will be this end. So now what we can do is we can kind of just go through and extrude these faces. First, I'm just going to shrink this down a bit, maybe like about there. And then I'm going to take this face, and we're going to do Control E and up the thickness. And then I'm going to stop. Okay, let's stop like here. Then I want to take this vertex, move it on in. Same with this one, just move it on in. All right. And then I want to add multi-cuts on let's do the middle and each middle on the other sides. Same with like this side too. Perfect. And then I'm going to move these guys in to match the silhouette. So you can just move them. All right. Now what I would like to do, make sure these inside pieces are also there. We're gonna take these inside faces. So it would be like these two and those two. And I want to extrude that. Oh wait, those are the wrong two. I need these two and these two. Then do Control E and up that thickness to about there. And then we'll go ahead and use just the selection tool to move those vertices in place like this. Same with on this side. I'm going to move this one out a little bit. Same with this guy. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing for these middle ones. So let's go ahead and take these faces again, do Control E, and up that thickness. Let's see. This should be good right there. And then we just need to move some vertices. So I want to move this one to be like that. This guy will be like the middle. And this guy can be here. Do the same thing for this side. All right, good. And then I actually want to take this face and this face. And we're going to do mesh bridge option box. Probably 2 divisions should be okay. And then you can just do a linear path And then I'm going to turn, let's see, it almost seems like my twist is weird. Okay, so when I put it up to around 125, the twist gets, is for whatever reason gone. So just turn that up to 125 and you'll be good. And then we can just move these vertices to be on the silhouette a little bit more. All right, let's go ahead and do these outer portions a bit more. So you can select those faces. I want to make sure I don't have anything else selected. Okay, that's good. Do Control E and up the thickness. Let's say about there's okay. And then I'm going to take the vertex and move them. There we go. I want them to be like roughly around the same height. That way as it starts turning, you can see that kind of turn in the faces. Same thing will happen on this one and on this one. And then let's do the same thing. So we can extrude it. Control E. We can even just do Control E and then W and just push it over like this. And then we'll just want to select the vertices and make sure they are with our silhouette wherever they kind of ended up. Then you can add a multi-cut in the middle and fill that in a little bit better on both sides. I'm going to add 2 more here as well to get that rounder kind of look. Same with this side. All right, we're getting there. We'll do the same thing. Select these faces, extrude. This time what I'm going to do is just click W and then click R. No, just click W and just push them out like this. Maybe about there. And then I just want to select these vertices, move them up, and then rotate them. Like that. Same with these. Move them over and rotate them. All right, and then let's add some multi-cuts and move the vertices. Same thing down here. Just some middle multi-cuts like this. Remember, middle multi-cuts are used by holding, or are created by holding Control and clicking the middle mouse button on your mouse. Okay, so before we get further, we're going to need to connect this side in. So we're going to need to select this face and do Control E, and then you're going to want to do Control E and just click W and move them like this. And then let's go ahead and edit these vertices. So this one will be about here in this corner. This one will go down here. And then you'll want to do Control middle mouse buttons for those multi-cuts to add those in there. I'll do the same on this side. So about there and there. And middle mouse button to make those middle cuts. All right, we're getting very close. At this point, we should be able to take these two faces and do edit mesh bridge, and then we're gonna need to edit that twist again. I don't know what's up with the twist. Okay, that's fine. And then turn your taper up too. I don't know why my taper's being weird as well. But now we have those, so then you can take these vertices and just pull them on out. And it should look like this. Let's also make this a little bit more even, like that. And then now what we can do is we're going to be bridging this face to this face. So same exact thing, edit mesh bridge. Oh, that one actually didn't turn out as bad. Make sure the twist is okay. The taper looks fine. And then we can do the same thing on that one, edit mesh bridge, and just make sure the twist is okay. All right, and then I don't think we need to edit any of the vertices. Maybe like pulling a couple of them a little bit lower. Oh, I guess we can bring like this guy down, this guy in. Yeah, actually, we can go ahead and edit these a bit. There we go. So now this is what it looks like. And then all we got to do is just finish off this last part. So I want you to take both these faces, do Control E, and you can just click W and move it on out to the edge. Probably, let's say like there. And then we will go into vertex mode, and I'm going to use this vertex to be this part and this part. And then same thing here, this part and this part. And then I'm going to add 3 middle mouse clicks while holding control to get those middle mouse loops. I'm going to move this guy down too. All right. So this is actually, I haven't done too much of this type of modeling where it's like really heavy on like square modeling almost. But for these last guys, all you got to do is just do bridge. And let's make sure the twist is okay. There we go. And then I'll just edit these last vertices and make sure that they are in the correct place. All right, so there we go, kind of a complex shape. And then if you click 3, you can see how it rounds out. You can also make it a bit thicker if you want it to be like that. And then I'm just gonna take some of these guys. If you do Control 1, you can isolate your selection. I want to bevel these edges. So do like 2 segments and relatively small fraction. If you click Control 1 again, you can come back to your selection. Now this one, I don't mind how it rounds out here, but I do want to bevel this edge. So just take that edge and do Control B for beveling and do a relatively small fraction. Okay, do Control 1 again to get out. And let's make this guy a little smaller, a little more centered on this. And I'm just going to pull it back a little bit too, like that. We can also technically just select all of these edges and just bevel all of them. So it looks more like that. There we go. All right, and then this guy, I'm going to take this edge, and that should be okay. Let's bevel those. All right. Yeah, that's perfect. All right, so I've now smoothed out the whole object, just pressing 3 on my keyboard. You can select everything and press 1 to see how it looks not smoothed out. Um, and now I'm just going to select everything and just assign a quick material to it. I guess I'm going to make this kind of a metallic. Uh, I guess my reference was like yellow. So, oh, it's like a goldish. So, um, I'm going to delete all my history and then we can see, well, I guess I'll just pull the goldish color from my reference. As you can see, it's very reflective, so I might change that. I'm first just going to save it to make everything all good. And then I'm going to grab an Arnold Sky Dome light, and I'm going to grab a face or a plane for it to sit on, which I usually just put the checker texture on. Also, move it down a little bit so that the key does not clip through it. Don't forget to save before you render it out. You don't want to crash anything. And then let's see how it looks. All right, looking very nice. Very metallic, but I actually don't really mind it. We can turn up the roughness a little bit if you just want to make it a little less shiny. But yeah, I feel pretty confident with this one. This one is a fun little model. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know. But I hope you had fun with this one. This one was kind of a cool shape that we really haven't done before. So I hope you liked it. And make sure to check out my newsletter, all the new tutorials I'm going to be doing this month. And I will see you guys in the next tutorial. Bye, guys!